Alright, I'm in third. I really want second, but he's so far ahead. Oh god. And welcome to episode 11, 8 weeks until the London Marathon on a sunny Monday lunchtime. I am tired, so tired. My legs are tired from yesterday. I then drove home from London, got very little sleep, was up a few times with Harry last night, and this morning been trying to work and he just hasn't stopped. He just hasn't given me a second. So I've been really unproductive. Just been trying to feed him, change him, feed him, make him stop crying. But I'm out on my recovery run now. Not even going to look at my watch. Just going to go out for 30 to 40 minutes and go slow and try and get some blood pumping around the legs and help the recovery. 8 weeks to go until London. It really is time to go all in. These next 6 weeks are going to be big. You heard it here first. So I was disappointed with last week's, or yesterday's, half marathon in London, the big half. But it was a hard effort on tired legs, and it reminded me of what my legs are going to feel like late in the marathon. And it's given me that injection of motivation. I'm desperate to get to London in great shape. So I'm going to clean up my diet a bit. I'm going to get back on the strength, all those little things. But also the big thing is increasing my volume and making sure I get these marathon sessions done, these long runs done. And so I can get to that start line just feeling like I'm raring to go and that I've done everything I can. I've had a decent, I don't know how many weeks it is now, what is it, 8 weeks, 9 weeks? But I know I can do better, and that's what I want to do. I'm not going to lie, I don't want to make excuses, I've said that, but I have found it tough with the lack of sleep. It's the first marathon block I've had a baby, and a newborn. If you go to episode 1, Harry was born, and I absolutely love him. It's been the most amazing experience, but it has been tough. He has kept me up every single night and kept me busy in the days when I'm trying to work and get my runs in. But with the help of Kelly and her support, we share the responsibility of Harry and we work as a team. But even so, even with that amazing support from her, I think he has really taken out of me. Marathon training and a new baby is a tough one, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse. Like I've said, I still want to get those mileages in. Doesn't even make sense. Get those miles in, get the mileage up, get the sessions done, and hopefully Harry will start sleeping through as we lead up into the final few weeks before London, and I can get some big weeks and some good recovery as well. I would love to get some decent sleep, and I'm praying that I can. Right, let's get the rest of this run done. 5 miles done, happy enough. It's lifted my mood, feeling better for the rest of the day. I'm not even sure what the pace was, a bit quicker than I thought, but heart rate was below 140, all felt good, but the legs are tired. I need to find some new running loops. Every time I do this route, I get stopped by the train. Sometimes I just do a little bit of an out and back. I'm feeling lazy, so I'll just wait. 10 miles done, 7:20 pace, nice and relaxed with the podcasting. Legs are still feeling very heavy. Just going to keep the miles easy until they return to normal. I'm going to beg Kelly for a massage later, and hopefully that'll flush out some of the junk and have me feeling a bit better tomorrow. Another 5, that's 15 miles for the day. Nice and easy, 7:30 pace. That's the sort of volume I need to be hitting now, most days. Legs heavy, sound like a broken record, but it's marathon training, so what do I expect? Exactly that. Yeah, stop please. So yesterday I said that I was going to do 10 steady and 5 easy. Today I changed my mind because these arrived. These are the Brooks Hyperion Elite, which is the Brooks answer to the Vaporfly Next%. Light marathon racer with a carbon fibre plate. So they're a fast trainer, and I decided I'd do a bit of a session on the treadmill to test them out. And let me tell you, if you search reviews online, these trainers are absolutely slated. But I've just taken them for a spin, and I really like them. And Brooks haven't sent me these, no retailer have sent me these. I bought these myself, but they're extortionate price. They apparently only last 50 to 100 miles. So I'm not sure I'm recommending them, but I would like to say they're better than they're being made out all over YouTube and reviews. So they're very firm foam, but really snappy and poppy. So it feels like your contact time with the ground is less, and they're light. And when you load up that plate, running at faster speeds, you can really notice it popping you down the road, pushing you, propelling you down the road. So I just did 5 times a mile on the treadmill, and I felt like these trainers are really fast, but I think they're an extortionate price, and for that durability, I wouldn't recommend them. But I thought I'd just let you know a quick review on the Brooks answer to the Vaporfly. They're what Des Linden won Boston in, although she wore a different trainer in the USA trials last week. I'll do a full review on them when I get time. Life is so busy right now. But I thought I'd just give you a quick update that they're not as bad as people say, but they're very expensive and not very durable apparently. Although one review said it doesn't matter how durable they are because the foam is dead when you get them out of the box. And I know what he's saying because they're really firm, but I feel like they're more like a traditional racing flat, but with more stack height. So they are firm, but they're snappy. But yeah, decent session. Legs felt okay, so I thought I'd finally do some faster work on them. 5 times a mile. First 4 miles at 5 minutes per mile. Last one at 4:50 per mile, and 400 meter jog recovery. I'm dripping with sweat. It's cold. I've got steam coming off me, so I'm going to go and have a shower. So I've just done 10 miles, a really interesting run actually. I've just made another YouTube video which should hopefully be up. So my previous video, analysing the 5 trainers that I'm using most in my marathon training. The whole video is based on what I'm using and why, with a bit of background on the trainers and a little bit of a review, but not too much detail. And then I've done some data analysis. I know it's not a fair test, but I'll explain that all in the other video. But I've done 5 minutes at 7 minutes per mile and 5 minutes at 5:40 minutes per mile in 5 different trainers, heart rate monitor on, and you'll see all the results and data analysis in the other video. And I think you'll be, I haven't looked at the data, so I have no idea if you'll be surprised. I don't know if I'll be surprised. I have no idea. But that's 10 miles done, and it was quite fun to do something a bit different. I am really tired. What have I had? 5 hours sleep maximum. Yeah, no, I haven't had 5 hours sleep. I was in bed about 11:30. Maybe I was asleep by 12, and Harry woke me up at 4. 4.5 hours sleep. 4 hours sleep. Anyway, I've had some sleep. I'll have an early night tonight. It's the weekend. So I'll go all out. What was I going to say? I can't remember. I've just fed Harry. He lasted a bit longer last night, so I've decided to get my run done now. And normally feeding him like 2, 3, and then maybe again at 4 or 5, I don't know. Normally he's up a bit more in the night. So I'm going to take this opportunity to bank some miles early, which gives me a bit more time in the day to get some stuff I need to get done. I want to spend some time with Kelly today and go on a nice walk and go for lunch. So if I get my run done now, I can still get work done and fit that in. And there we go, 10 miles done, 7:10 pace. And it's getting a lot lighter in the mornings, which is lovely. So I'll try and get some earlier runs done. Back in time for breakfast, another coffee and a school run before I get down to some work. Really happy with that. Listening to Inside Running Podcast again. Well, this time I was listening to the Road to London, which is a Patreon. I sound like I'm plugging it. I sound like I work for them. But it's a Patreon thing, so you got to pay. But it's worth it because 3 elite marathoners training for the London Marathon, and they just go through all their training and talk about why they're doing what they're doing. And I find it really interesting, you know, training for London as well, comparing what I'm doing to theirs. So finally I'm getting a massage. I can feel the tightness in my legs. My left glute is really tight and definitely needs some work. I dread massages because they're really painful, but they are a necessity, and since Kelly's been qualified I haven't been injured, touch wood. So her massages have really kept the consistency in my training and have really worked wonders, but I do dread them. Excuse me, little man. It's my turn for a massage. Vacate the table. So 10 miles done, then a massage, and now I'm on a walk with Harry in this. Mud, 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 and more mud. Kelly's doing her run, so it's just me and Harry doing a bit of walking, and then we'll meet up later for some lunch. Harry's okay, he's not getting absolutely stinking feet, but I am. Wrong choice of footwear, I think. He's not even taking the views in. And they are beautiful views too. I don't know if you can see that. That's Tinton Abbey. You shall not pass, Stickman seems to say. I don't know how Kelly got through this. Just bounced along and hopped over, I guess. Should we do it, Harry? Should we take it on? Why not? It's not really how I planned this walk. I didn't plan on doing climbing with Harry, but I guess I'll have to. So seeing as I'm out on this walk with Harry, I thought this would be a good time to talk about my training and let you know what the plan is for the rest of the week. So it's Friday. I've done 53, maybe 55 miles so far. I'm going out again later for another 10. So that'll take me to about 65. Tomorrow I'm doing 15 easy, including parkrun. Hopefully, if I can get a babysitter for Harry for the morning. And that's back in Swansea. So that's 15 easy. So it would take me to about, I've lost my count now, 80 miles. And then Sunday, I've got another race. And I know what you're thinking, oh, Matt, we told you not to do any more races. But I'm using Llanelli Half as a long one, as a session. So I'm heading down there and doing 7 miles warm up, steady, easy steady. Then obviously the 13 miles. I'm intending to do the 13 as three continued steady, like up tempo pace, and then trying to do 10 at marathon pace then, which will take that run to 20 miles, maybe a little bit of a cool down, which will take me over 100 miles for the week, which is the volume I want. I don't think I'll go much above that in this block, but I am considering adding in some cycling, cross training. So it'd be nice to be doing 100 miles a week with a bit of cross training, so it's like I'm doing a bit more. Oh, this is beautiful. Don't know if you can see how beautiful it is out here. Really nice. So yeah, that's the plan. Another race, but I just feel like I'm more likely to hit that 10 miles at marathon pace on these tired legs if I've got that race atmosphere, the crowds, the other competitors. I just think it will help. Plus, Harry wants to go and visit some of his family back in Swansea, so it's the perfect excuse to go back to Swansea, see some people, see the family, parkrun Swansea on Saturday morning, and then obviously the race on Sunday. So, and also I love racing. I know, like in the 80s they used to do a lot of racing, and some of my idols did a lot of racing. Steve Jones, Steve Brace, Brace the Race as they call him. So yeah, I'm not afraid to enter a lot of races as long as I'm getting the work done that I want for my marathon training. So priority this weekend isn't the time, it's just getting that 20 miles done, and I think the best way to do that is to do a big warm-up, and then any miles afterwards are a bonus. But yeah, big warm-up and then aim for that 10 at marathon pace. Looking forward to it actually. No pressure because I'm not racing. It's a great event. I've done Llanelli a couple of times, and yeah, should be good. The other thing I should probably talk about is the increasing likeliness that the London Marathon is going to be cancelled or postponed until the autumn. Obviously the reasons the coronavirus. Paris Marathon's been cancelled, Rome Marathon's been cancelled, and some triathlons have been cancelled, and as we go on, more and more events seem to be dropping like flies, to be honest. By the time this video goes out, maybe London Marathon's already cancelled, I don't know. I don't think they'll make the decision in a rush. I don't think they'll make it hastily. They'll take in all the advice from the WHO and the government, but I think if in any way cancelling these events helps the public health, then it'll be gone, which I agree with, but it does leave me in the predicament of I've done all this training and I've got no marathon to run. So I'm looking at options. Whether some of the smaller marathons go ahead, I'm not sure. But for now, I'm just focusing on my training. I'm not letting anything distract me. I'm doing what I have to do, and I'll deal with any postponement or cancellation as and when it comes. There's no point in me worrying about it because it's not something I can change. All I can do is focus on the things that I can change, which is making sure that I turn up, get the training done, get the long runs done, stay consistent, stay injury free, and go all in. There's some pretty stunning views around here. Harry's not appreciating them, but I am. Just kind of wondering when I'm going to see Kelly pop round the corner. It can't be an easy run in this mud though, but I'm enjoying the walk. Treat myself to a very small glass of stout, and I've got Welsh rarebit on ciabatta on its way. Get it. 10 miles down on the treadmill. I did Zwift run, which is like a virtual world, and the Noble Pro treadmill syncs up to it, so it knows exactly how fast I'm running. So it's actually really good. Lots of cyclists, not many runners. So I did 7 at 6-minute miling, and then I kicked down the pace for the last 3, which was nice. I was finally holding off the cyclists who had been flying past. They were still coming past, but a lot slower, or well, the same pace, but it felt a lot slower as I was running faster. So yeah, just had M&M in my ears, Zwift in front of me, 20-mile day, felt really good. Yeah, I'm really happy with today. Massage, 20-mile day, a walk and work, productive day. Down to Swansea early in the morning for parkrun. I can't see because I got sweat in my eyes, and then the race / long run on Sunday. So I enjoyed Zwifting, but it would be better with a bit more company. So I think the way forward for me is like group runs. So if any of you Zwift or use Zwift to run, let me know, and maybe we can organise a group run and go for a jog through some virtual world together. If that sounds like anything that anyone wants to do. I know Tim Zwift, so maybe we can get a group to go for a virtual run. I'm bored of talking now. I'm gonna go. Recovery time. Perfect post-run cuddle with Harry. We're all off on a parkrun holiday. Parkrun holiday, yeah. Boom. So we are off to Swansea to do parkrun this morning. So we've been up since 5. We're travelling down to Swansea, where I'm from, to do Swansea Bay parkrun. And then spend time with the family. And tomorrow, my long run involving Llanelli Half. Excited, Fred? Harry? Anyone? So we've come to Swansea Parkrun as a bit of a shakeout before Llanelli tomorrow. It's freezing cold and a bit miserable, but I'm sure we'll warm up when we get started. I'm not going to run this one with Kelly, but I'm not going to do it hard either, which is really difficult because I get really competitive, but just 7-minute miling or something like that, and yeah, just easy pace. So of course I've started way too quickly. You know, when you're running with people, it just seems a bit easier. And I looked down at my watch, it was 5:40 pace. So I've eased back and let everyone go. But I'm still going too fast, as you can tell by my breathing. So that's Swansea Park run done. Didn't go to plan. Meant to be doing it easy, first mile steady, then tried to progress it a tiny bit, then got competitive, then raced the guy in first, and yeah, oops. I'll put my splits up and you'll see why I've gone too hard because I'm racing tomorrow. Not racing, but long run race, you know what I mean. Morning, so it's race day. We're at Park Scarlett in Llanelli for half marathon. I'm going to do my 7-mile warm-up in a bit. Just going to go and get my bib from the Elite tent first and then get out there. It's really, really cold and windy, but a 7-mile warm-up should get me ready for the race. Then in the race, I'm going to try and do the first 6 at marathon pace and then just give it everything for the last. Why is my maths so bad these days? Last 7. Yeah, so pretty excited. Kelly and Harry are supporting. Kelly's got the cowbell somewhere in there. Harry's just got his crying voice. Yeah, so that's all, I think. So yeah, 7-mile warm up, just easy, steady, whatever the legs want to do. Then 6 at marathon pace, and then a free fall at the end. Just work hard, try and pick off any of the boys up ahead I can, and that's 20 miles, and then maybe a couple to warm down.
Bish bash bosh. Pedal to the metal at the end though, yeah?
Oh, all in, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my warm-up. It's pissing down, it's very cold, and there's really, really blowy gusts. This race is going to be interesting. Marathon pace might be out of the question. It might be stick with any group I can and try and get through it. Oh! You know what they say? If it's not raining, you're not training. Which I don't believe, but anyway. So I love the 94% fly net, but I now understand why they changed the upper to the vaporwave. these are not so great in the wet. They feel soggy and heavy, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the next percents on, because these, I don't know, it's not ideal. So the sun's come out and we're about to get started. Wheelchair race is just about to go, and then it's us. Done 7 miles, felt alright, but conditions were horrible, but it's really nice now, so looking forward to this.
Pick it up there on front, 10, 3, 2, 1. And that's signals a start with the crowd really making lots of noise. Let's give these runners all the encouragement that they deserve as they make their way out along 13.1 miles. It's going to be amazing.
Have a good one, Joey. Have a good race.
Dad. Come on, mate. Well done. Third. I really want second, but he's so far ahead. Oh god. 7 miles away. In a minute. It's pretty lonely out here. I'm not catching him. I'm giving it everything, but it's about a minute out the road, I think. 9.5 in, still digging. I'm not sure if you can see him, but he's miles ahead. I'm on the left, 4 laps of the track. Great run by him. I got like 400 left. So I'm going to be 71 something, I think. About 100 left.
The popular Swansea Harrier into the home straight. Been on a show for the crowd. It's quick. He's got his hand. So we go and look at the finish. Third place finisher. Last week I think in the big half, so again probably putting some good miles in for a spring marathon.
Yes, indeed. 34 the big half.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Last week in London. So
well done.
I
got big ears, you expect it.
in his legs a little bit. This of course is his 3rd time at the Llanelli Half. Always called in the
that was horrible. Oh, but I loved it. I don't know what time was, 71 something. Happy with that. You saw my finish.
I thought it was
Oh, the milk is it? Have you had fun? Have you had fun? Oh, thank you. So race done. It's 20 miles done. Not sure I'm going to bother with the 2 warm down. So ran 71, which is much quicker than marathon pace, and came 3rd. Couldn't get near 2nd at the end, but it's a great run, 3rd. So yeah, really happy. Got loads of endorphins now, and Harry's now going to cry. But he did cheer, but now he's crying.
No, daddy duties resumed.
Yeah. No, real life.
I know you want more milk. You always want milk. You're a milk monster. I know. Did you enjoy being in the cold in your sheep outfit? Of course you did, because you're a Welsh sheep.
I prefer running, I'm freezing cold. Spectating is actually more difficult than running, definitely. My hands are numb.
In 3rd place with a time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, 4 seconds, we have Matthew Rees. Matthew! Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen! Well done, congratulations.